Okay, so the theme
Yes.
of the year of International Women's Day is choose to challenge.
Okay.
And choose to challenge
I mean, what? Like,
can mean,
that's the question, right? Like, what does it mean to me? What does it mean to her? What does it mean
well,
to
yeah,
me?
what does
Right?
it mean to anybody?
So that's when we're talking about choose to challenge in the entrepreneur world.
Yes,
For
correct,
women.
correct.
Because we're all
So,
entrepreneurs here.
yes,
correct?
so,
Okay.
yeah, so I think everybody should, let's challenge each other and either invite somebody over, do a collaboration with another business owner that you know, or maybe challenge yourself and not with somebody that you already worked with, maybe someone new that you've just met, or somebody pick their brain, figure out, maybe they need help in their business.
Right.
Let me collaborate with them. Let me introduce this business with all my followers, and maybe once one or two or three or maybe most of them will start following her, are interested in her, or vice versa. Maybe you don't have that much of a clientele and you see that she does. Let's start hitting her up, collaborate her, pick her brain, figure out how is it that you could help your brand, learn from her, and at the same time, I'm pretty sure she will be willing to, you know, help you, because that's what it is about right now. It's,
So
it's
that's
help
kind of
each
like,
other.
remember when Cynthia wanted followers, or
Right.
she wanted to build her business, right? And we all started sharing you, we started posting, I mean, we repost her stuff all the time, right? And then that's how you got to your followers, and now she has X amount of followers that follow her all the time. So
So like for me, like the challenge would be as a female entrepreneur is letting go of that fear of asking for help, because I think women tend to have that fear of asking for help because the times that we have, probably we've been put down or we haven't had that lending hand. So I think as an entrepreneur, that's the challenge for me, is to reach out to someone else to be like, hey, can you help me with that? I like how you do this. Do you mind sharing it? Like, I'm open. If you were to ask me, I'm like, do this and this and this, like, I don't care. But it's like me, the fear that I have is somebody to be like, psh, no, because you're going to take it from me. So I want to, for me, the challenge will be breaking those barriers.
Yeah,
Especially between
competition
women.
type
The
of thing.
Yes,
competition.
and that's something that I've been wanting to like get rid of. Like, this
Exactly.
isn't a competition. Let's create a community. Let's create friendships and network with each other and figure out why. How is it that she has 1,500 followers and I only have 20?
Right.
You know, like what is she doing that I'm not doing? How
Right.
can I learn from her? So I definitely think that that's something that we should all put out there and challenge yourself this upcoming week and find someone you have been having your eye on and reach out to them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See
no, and
how-
I totally agree. I feel like there's a lot of opportunity, even within the female community, to help each other out. Like, there's this kind of, not like a stigma where, like, us as women kind of tend to put each other down, and, you know, we become haters, and I feel like that's something that we can control ourselves.
Yeah.
You know, so I admire so many different women for all kinds of different things, but I feel like maybe I need to be a little bit more vocal about that, and maybe uplift them and empower them by sharing their stories, sharing their
back from our commercials.
Our women,
is going.
yes,
It's going now.
the future women, right there, director, film director.
Yeah!
So I feel like we have a lot of opportunity even within ourselves to uplift each other and empower each other to become better people and to become just better leaders in that sense too. Because like Cynthia was saying earlier, like we have kind of this stigma within ourselves to be afraid of what's gonna happen if we ask for help. What's gonna happen if I reach out to Rosie and be like, hey, I really like what you do you mind sharing? And you know, what if she says no?
Yeah,
Like,
but
that's
she's
gonna-
probably thinking that you're gonna copy her or she's
Right.
gonna take her idea.
Right.
Yeah,
So
you
I
know.
think the more that we share and celebrate each other, the less
Keyword.
that's going to be a thing. You know, so I think that that's something that we can definitely do more than just once a year on International Women's Day.
Correct.
Do that all the fucking time.
Yes. And definitely, if you come across somebody that isn't supportive
Right.
or open in sharing, don't take it personal.
Absolutely not.
It's nothing to do with you. Maybe they're not even all that. Who knows? I wouldn't think. Giving. I think being open to giving and sharing and being truly honest and pure and having those pure intentions, you're gonna grow. You're gonna be up there.
Yeah.
Versus somebody that is a hater or doesn't want to freaking, like reach out and give you a hand for help
Yeah.
or give you any type of advice. That means that isn't somebody that you want to collaborate with. That isn't somebody that you even want in your circle. So don't take that personal at all.
And I think it also becomes of the type of relationship you start building with these people. Because once I started doing the Cheesecake by Sin, like my baker friends that are like up there, like, and I'm gonna shout out Pepsi's, and
Pepsi's.
and
I haven't followed them, so I'm gonna start following
yes,
them.
I'm gonna post her. But she was one of the first people that hits me up like, I'm so proud of you, and I want to help you in anything you want. And that to me was like, oh my God, like it was so huge. And she's my friend since junior high. And we're not like close, but we known each other. But I supported her business up to now. And now she turns around and be like, dude, like I'm really proud of you. To hear that, to hear someone, another female tell you I'm really proud of you is huge.
Yes.
Because we've been coming, like you said, there's people that just block themselves, be like, no, I'm a hater, like, I don't think as much so like they don't want to see you succeed. I think we go back to the ideology,
Competition.
the
Right.
competition,
Like it's not a competition.
the
you
mindset
guys.
of like there's enough for everyone. I think
It's
it needs
huge.
to be ingrained in you, because especially in our culture. Now we could talk to Latina culture. That's a whole different topic
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And just because we have to break so many barriers that we've have come up with, but I think right now, like Ceci said, it's like we're in this place of like, why not ask the questions? Why not reach out? Why not, promote? Why not? Even if there's a lot of people that I promote. I never bought anything from them, but I
Right.
see their hustle and I see how they're doing, and I know how it is to come from a little small place to start a business, doing it by yourself, pushing towards, and people supporting you, people cheering you on. It's like I want to be that person that those people are for me.
Right.
Just kind of give.
And
us some
I think
sense.
I started this whole small business coalition was because of that I'm just a regular person, right? It's like I'm not here making cheesecakes or designing stuff or selling cool shirts. I just worked at a dental office and I worked with other women, and all I would see is my friends like putting their stuff out there and seeing how artistic they were, and I was like, oh, they'd give me samples, or I'd go and I'd buy them and I'd support it, and it was good, and I'd post them and I'd share them, and I'm constantly like putting their work out there. And when I stopped working at the dental office, it was like, what can I do to help all these my friends and family like be out there? Like, this is good stuff. Like,
Yeah.
these cheesecakes are bomb. Like,
Yes, they are.
and my cousin Alice would always talk about them every Thanksgiving. I was like, well, how come you don't bring these cheesecakes over here? You know how much I love cheesecakes. Until I finally had one, I was like,
Oh, no wonder.
And the
Yeah.
cheesecake brownies.
Love Alice.
oh my gosh. I'm more of the cheesecake one. Her cheesecake brownies are good, but I like cheesecake. I like me my just cheesecake. It's perfect.
Like for you, Rosie, what will be something like you will think like it will be challenged, or like that now that you started your small business, because you also come from a different you
Yeah.
gotta let people know where you come
Well,
from.
yeah,
not, you know
because
what
I'm a
saying?
nurse by trade,
There you
right?
go.
Right.
And so
And I
now
don't
that
think a lot of people know
like
that.
even when I sit back and I think about my kids, or I look like through pictures of my kids growing up, like I always did their invitations. I made their cakes. I made like all the goodie bags. I was very creative, and then I kind of lost it because then I had to just work. Right? And now when I found that I had the time to actually go back to my creative side, I got excited about that. But now like my barrier is the fact that you post and not everybody that follows you is actually your supporter.
Absolutely not.
You know, and that's what like that's my thing, right? Like I post things and I want people to share my stuff, but a lot of my people don't. You know, and so to me it's kind of like, let's break that barrier of just because you know this person and you think this person's doing good, or this person may not be in your everyday life, like, give them a hand, share something,
Right.
let them know that you're supporting them one way or
You
another,
never
because
know.
that little share goes a long way.
Absolutely.
And it means a lot, because then it makes me feel like, hey, people are actually noticing the little things that I'm doing.
Yeah.
And they're, taking interest in what I'm doing. And then it's
Yeah.
going to lead for somebody else to come. Like, a lot of my supporters come from people that I don't even know.
Yeah.
I don't know them, but then they hit me up. Can you do this? Can you do that?
Yeah.
And then that gets my creative juices flowing. And I'm like,
Yeah,
oh,
it
I
makes
like
you
to
feel
do
good.
this.
It makes
Yeah,
you
it
feel good
does.
that I feel like, and I don't know if this is like a mental thing, but sometimes I feel like when someone that I don't know personally
Mhm.
supports me, it's kind of like an extra little dance, right?
Yeah.
Like, because it's just like, oh wow, like my stuff is resonating so much with someone who doesn't know me personally, because I feel like, and again, it could just be like a mental thing or my own thing that I feel like, oh well, you know, my sister and my sister-in-law support me because they know me and they want to support someone that they know and they care about. But when a stranger does it, it means a lot, so much more.
It means
Right.
a lot.
You know, and I don't know if again that's like
Or someone you haven't talked to in a long
right
time.
or someone exactly
Like,
because
I
you
don't
just
know if
never
you
know.
guys saw the post that I made to like tag any woman that has started their
Yeah, I
business.
didn't see that actually, and
Oh.
I saw your responses, and I
Those
didn't.
man, those responses were coming in
Yeah.
so fast,
That's
and it was so crazy
awesome.
when I posted it and I make sure to tag everybody
Yep.
that they put it on there. One of the that caught my eye, and I'm remembering right now because you guys love the topic. She's like, "This is a middle school friend who I haven't seen in years." And isn't even my client, and she has tagged me.
Yeah.
Like that is support right there.
Yeah.
And that is. And
Yeah.
it's like that's amazing.
You
Like
never know who your cheerleaders are.
exactly. And
Yeah.
for always just repost, just share and tag.
And like I
You
think,
have no idea what that happiness brings to the
oh
person
yeah,
behind
absolutely.
every little thing they
I
make.
think that at the end of the day, we can have as many supporters, you know, as we possibly can have, but there's always going to be a couple who don't
Right.
and who have, you know, the malintentions. But it's up to us to kind of figure that out and know that that's going to be like in the mix no matter what. But to be more celebratory about those who are celebrating us, you know.
And
so
who are putting themselves out there.
Exactly.
Because it's not easy to just put yourself out there and
Oh,
have
absolutely
all
not.
these people view you that way,
Oh,
right?
don't I know that.
It's kind of nerve-wracking. At least for me it was, because I'm not the type of person that likes to be in the public eye, right?
Same.
And then all of a sudden, like, I'm out there and I'm like, whoa, okay. Right? Like, it's
Yeah.
nerve-wracking.
No, I know, but I think it definitely helps when you have people in your corner who are supporting you. Like, I'm sure it's a lot easier now for you when you've been doing this for a few months now versus when you first started.
Right.
You know, I feel like it definitely helps not just build your confidence, but it also helps you build on your skill, and it also helps grow your community and your support group. So I think that that's something that goes back to like the point A where we started. You know, we have to continue to put each other out there and support each other so that others can see it, because it's all kind of a numbers game at this point, you know. So we just have to be, again, just celebratory of each other, and help each other grow, because at the end of the day, that's all we have, you know.
Sorry. Mom duties.
Of course.
It never stops. It's part of women's empowerment.
It is, and I feel like that's another really good point. Is like, I'm not a mom, but I see these moms around me who are doing awesome things, and that's even more empowering.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that that's a really big,
We do a lot.
absolutely.
Yeah, and I can't even admit like women being married, having kids, or being a single mom and having kids and
Yeah.
trying to run your business and do everything. Man, you
It's
guys
a
have
lot.
no idea. You men have no idea.
No, and at the same time, also like you know, shout out to one of my besties, Sade. She is one of the biggest hustlers that I know. She's a mobile notary. She's an event planner. She likes to help, you know, again, local businesses and local business owners. And she, you know, offers herself so much. And one of her biggest things, like, yes, I'm not a mom, and no, I don't have a family, but that doesn't mean I have any extra time.
Right.
You know, because she puts herself out there so much, that I feel like people automatically assume that she's like, oh, well, you don't have any kids, you don't have
So
anything,
you have all
so
the
you
time
have
in
all
the
this extra
world.
time, so you can
Yeah.
help me.
So there goes another.
And there's
There,
another
another
stigma,
thing.
another kind of like conversation to be had, you
Yes.
know? It's like, just because I'm, you know, single and I don't have kids, doesn't mean I don't have anything else going for me, you know? And it's another kind of like facet of womanhood at this point, you know, because I feel like women are just, you know, we're growing, guys. We're evolving and expanding, and I
The
think that
women are amazing.
absolutely.
We are.
Pinches
We are.
jefas.
That's right.
That's what I'm gonna say.
But yeah, I feel like that's
So for sure, definitely challenge yourself.
yes.
You know, pick one woman, anybody that, and I'm gonna just say this: someone you don't know, someone you've never met, and pick
Okay.
their brain. Pick their brain and reach out to them, and we would love to hear the story.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yay! And cut.